Okay, hello everyone. I know some of you have at least been in a room with someone playing a video game, or you've been the one with the headset on and the controller on, playing a game dealing with violence, you know? And I try to stay clear of that because I'm a scary person. I literally flinch at everything, so I just, stay away from that type of stuff. I used to babysit this kid. He was 9 years old, having nightmares, and we tried to put two and two together with the games, what went on through the day, what we did, and that's when we realized, me and his parents, that it was because of the games that he was engaged into. So today I'll be talking about reasons why, as parents, they should, or we should, when that time comes in our life, reduce the amount of time, money, and just mediate what's going on when our kids or someone's kid or a child is playing on the game. Like I said, I babysat, so I know that the highlight of a kid's day is to play a game for however long, but some kids tend to think that that's their reality, and the way they go about things on a video game is how they go about things in real life, which, is not true. The author Gentile stated that kids who have been engaged in games with gun violence do have a lower threshold when it comes to handling a gun in certain situations where they have to express passionate, negative emotions. He also stated that out of 76 kids who play video games, 61.8 of them who play violent video games have at least touched a firearm. And it's kind of scary thinking that a kid is actually even in reach of a firearm or a gun of that matter, and for them to think that that's the only way that they can express negative emotions. It is kind of sad because in society today, gun violence is such a big deal, and I know that's a different topic, but so also kids who are engaged with games or violent video games of that matter, they tend to act hostile. And I think some parents think that they have to give the kid, whatever they want. But I feel like kids, you can introduce them to certain things because at a young age, you don't really know what you want. So you can introduce them to playing outside with other people, Legos, just, different things. With the authors from Miracle, they stated that they developed stronger reasoning and observation skills. As for them playing in front of a screen, they only use two of their, senses, which are hearing and sight, and that's not really, just those two things, other than reasoning and observation, that kind of, is a bigger deal. So just better alternatives that can be introduced by the parents can also help their child. Parents who decide to allow their kids to play video games should at least moderate and limit the time being spent on them, because that can at least reduce, you can start somewhere, and that can reduce the negative issues that are going on at home or just in general outside. So we've talked about the things that are commonly seen within kids who have been engaged in video games. We've talked about the impact it has on a child and them being hostile. And we've talked about just some alternatives. We also talked about... We also talked about if a parent does decide to allow their kid to play, to just at least watch over them, because having a happy kid in a home, I feel like that's just the one thing. A happy and a healthy kid, that's just the one thing a parent really wants. So like I said before, you know your kid best. You know what you're going to do. I'm not saying or telling you how to raise your kid, but I just feel like just staying clear or at least having them play a video game to a minimal will help them in the long run, because the decisions that they make at a young age can impact and affect their future life. And by us helping them, either we're their cousin, their siblings, their parents, we can help a young kid be the best they can be.